Learning to code is one of the best things that I ever did. It gave me the ability to express my ideas, scale businesses, and achieve a level of financial freedom. If you're thinking about teaching your kids to code, though, you might want to rethink that. If you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have given an instant confirmation that coding is an essential skill that should be taught to all children. But if I told you that in the near future, learning to code will be like learning Latin, impressive but pretty useless in the real world. Unfortunately, it's a dying trade, and there's one skill we will discuss which will become far more valuable in the future. Are you feeling triggered yet? Hear me out because this is really important. When ChatGPT launched, it changed how developers like myself build, debug, and manage software. AI can do it faster, cheaper, and without complaining about Stack Overflow being down. Large language models can write entire programs from a simple prompt. They can debug code faster than human engineers, refactor legacy systems with minimal human intervention, and translate between programming languages instantly. These aren't futuristic predictions, these are capabilities that are already out there, that exist today and are improving exponentially. Large companies like Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI are investing billions into AI-driven development. The trajectory is clear. AI will write the vast majority of tomorrow's code. This isn't contentious, so ask any developer who has a Copilot account if they think their job will still exist in a few decades' time. Human programmers will move from writing loops to writing prompts, acting more as a project manager than a junior developer. Over the last 30 years, software engineering has presented some of the greatest opportunities the world has ever seen. Think of the first billionaires that come to mind, and they all probably benefited in some way from the disruption of the internet and the ability to scale products globally across the web. However, AI's impact on software development over the next 30 years will drastically reduce the number of engineers needed to build and maintain applications. It will lower the barrier to entry so that non-technical founders can build products without hiring, and this in turn will drive down salaries as the supply and demand shifts from a shortage of capable engineers to a surplus of unrequired talent. The economic incentives for businesses are too strong to ignore. If an AI model could do the work of traditional programmers for the cost of $20 a month, companies will restructure their teams to reduce costs. This isn't a developer-specific issue. AI is going to disrupt many jobs, from autonomous vehicles reducing the reliance on taxi drivers to robotics taking over manual labor roles. You could argue that we are already at a stage where AI is more capable than your average software engineer. At certain things like refactoring code or completing simple tasks, it certainly is. However, the models we have today still lack the common sense that will be required to fully trust AI with our development needs. This is coming, however, in the form of AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and predictions range from 1 to 10 years as to when we'll see it achieved. So we will be writing code in 30 years' time if machines are simply better at it than us. There may likely still be some level of human oversight, whether that be directing or checking and testing AI's work. The amount of human-produced code will reduce significantly. However, in the same way that the amount of cursive writing we do now with pen and paper is reduced, it's just outdated. We just don't need it as much anymore. Is it still valuable to kids today? Yes, but you wouldn't want them planning a career around it. The counter argument would be that teaching kids to code is still valuable because it teaches logical thinking, problem solving, and computer literacy. But by the time they enter the workforce, the skill of writing code itself will be outdated. The programming languages and frameworks that they learn today may no longer be relevant even in a few years' time from now. I would argue it's better to teach them how computers work, how networks are connected, and how to set up a Linux box. Because nothing builds character like spending 3 hours fixing an issue only to realize you forgot to sudo. Understanding the nuts and bolts of how systems work, how to prompt AI tools, analyze outputs, and optimize AI-generated code maybe, would be more useful than learning to write C++. While coding has been a very valuable skill for decades, the AI revolution is changing the way we work. The future will belong to those who can think strategically, solve problems, and leverage AI, not those who learn programming syntax that AI can generate in seconds. So instead of signing your kids up for coding bootcamp, teach them a different lesson to become builders, creators, and problem solvers. The future belongs to those who can direct AI, not those who try to compete with it. We lived in a golden era for programming, but for them it will be different, and hopefully better.